Did you ever think that your intuition it could be wrong? If you're a person that heavily believed on these things, that whatever you guesses or whatever you think about, it turns out to be true. Most of the time, it turns out to be true. I was one of those people who heavily believed on this thing that whatever I guesses, it turns out to be true, or whatever I predict, it gets true because it's our unconscious mind that in the background stores all the data related to the scenes which are happening, but we are not paying attention to it, but all that data it gets stored at the backside of it. And when something happens related to that scene, our unconscious mind it pulls out all that information and it delivers to us, and then we think that something happened magically, but obviously it's all running in the background and you're not aware of it. But what happens and if it's totally logical, the situation in which you are not emotionally too attached, then the guesses or the predictions they get to be true most of the time. But if you are so totally attached with the situation where your emotions are totally wrapped, then there is obviously a chance that you can be wrong about it, because I was wrong about it. And I have never been wrong about these kind of things. What happened that there was this person whom I trusted so heavily. I trusted that person, that this is the person in whose presence I feel totally calm and my mind is totally relaxed. This is the only person who doesn't make me question myself, in whose presence I don't compare myself to the other people around me. That's how I felt in that person's presence. But all those previous things that happened to me, they were always ended at the same ending. So maybe at that moment I wanted it to turn into something else. I wanted it to not take the same route that I always have traveled, or I have been fed up that I closed my eyes, or I closed myself to the things which I didn't want to see. So I didn't gather that information, or my unconscious mind hid it from me, or didn't showed it to me because I was too scared to look at it. So that's how my prediction or my intuition it wasn't correct. So sometimes, even if you are 100% sure that your guesses can't be wrong, or your intuition is always on the point, I'll say that don't be so blinded. Don't be so blinded, because then you can get hurt, really get hurt. And you will be like, oh, what happened? Because then at that point you will not only be questioning that person, you will questioning your whole self-healing process as well. You will say, oh my god, I analyzed it too accurately. I how can I be wrong? How can it be so wrong? So at that moment, your whole foundation or whole system which you have built previously, it can collapse like this, and you can't do about it anything at that point, because then you have to start over. So don't always put yourself at the position where you say that I am this 100% fixed in fixed state. No one is fixed, and nothing about us is fixed, not our brains, not our intuitions, nothing. We are totally flexible. Sometimes we get the things wrong, sometimes we get the things which are accurate. So it can turn into anything, because we don't sometimes we think we have this so vast knowledge, we know everything about it, and we can never be wrong. But the knowledge is so huge. The humans, they are so complex, they are so hardwired in a different way. Each human being you encounter, they are totally different from another person, and to label them all with the same eye or with the same mindset is gets us confused as well. And it also makes us like bitter too. So when you judge someone, even according to your intuition or according to your logic, always left some box like 10%, 20%, or 30% empty box where they can deviate from your so uh, predicted outcome. And when they do deviate from that, then put whatever you have noticed or observed in their behavior and put it in that box. Don't question yourself that how could this happen? How have I not seen this happened to me? How I was so blinded. Okay, you can be wrong. You are a human being, and we can be wrong. No matter how much experience we have gathered, no much how much mature we have become, but we haven't seen everything 100%. Neither have you seen it, neither I have seen it. We are here, so we are experiencing it bit by bit. So whenever comes something new, just make it your information, make it in your tiny little box in which you haven't experienced that thing before, and put it there, and let it be your guidance for the next thing.